what a pleasure it is. Carlos from Whisky Situation and Hardeep from Whisky Newspaper. We have today Ugur Sabi from Diageo and the Old and Rare and Exceptional. And we have some amazing whiskies to show you today. Only two of them because we don't need more than that. And when you see, you'll know. So Ugur, please tell us about the first one because we have some, every year Diageo creates a line of special releases at cask strength where we have Lagavulin, we have Glenkinchie, we have Oban, we have Singleton and a few others. And especially the Lagavulins. The Mortlach as well, but the Lagavulin especially. It's great stuff. And especially because we love those whiskies at their original strengths, but when they're at cask,
yes.
Yeah. Even more.
It gives much more.
Yeah, so that's what we're after, the good stuff, right?
Yeah, and if you're lucky to try it, I mean, you know, it's not easy always to get a hold of.
Well, the thing is, a lot of it starts off in international airports as duty-free exclusives, and then afterwards moves out eventually to the general public. So if you don't fly anywhere, then you get it last, which kind of sucks.
True.
But it's the way it is. You know, people travel, you know, they spend more money to do something, go somewhere. They should have something above the ordinary to merit that.
Absolutely.
So we have Ugur showing us our first Diageo Rare and Exceptional.
So this one, Mortlach 20 years old, kind of in and out of the core range. It's not exactly core range. It's not exactly a special release. It's vintage 2022. It's 43.4 ABV, 100% refill Oloroso sherry aged. It's what's interesting on this one is that if you're not familiar with Mortlach, it's a good grip because it's an easygoing Mortlach. I'd say a civilized Mortlach. You know, the meaty side, the smoky side of the beastie side of Mortlach is a bit tamed down on this one. So if you don't know Mortlach, very good grip to put your hands on. If you know it already, it's a really easy sipping Mortlach. 43.4. The Oloroso rounds it up. You'll have just a hint of the Mortlach character. At mid-palate, you'll have a slightly smoky barbecue feeling, but otherwise, classic Oloroso aromas, a lot of roundness, a lot of smoothness. Very mellow, this one. Would you like to try it?
Absolutely, please. Mortlach is always a bit of an anomaly because we have a lot of Speyside whiskies we know very well, Macallan, Balvenie, and some of the others. But this is known as the Beast of Dufftown.
Yes.
And it surfaces less and less and less throughout different places. I've seen Japanese companies adopt Mortlach and then grab it, and it's less available than everything else is. So less and less people have heard of this. Macallan, sure, Balvenie, you know, okay, a bit more, but Mortlach is something that a lot of people just haven't tried. And I wish they had, because it always makes a nice impression. Have you tried it here?
I've had the 16, and I remember the meaty touch to it. So the rounded, the fullness, which tells you the distillery character is in a certain direction. But it'll be interesting to see the 20. And I see what you mean. With it being refill, you allow it's not overpowering. So yeah, let's see.
One thing that does, the Oloroso is at the front. With some things, the cask that you put it in isn't at the front, but the older you get, the more cask influence you've got, of course.
Absolutely. And you said, Ugur, you said a very key thing there. You said you won't get too much of the Mortlach thing, and you're 100% correct. So when I had the 16, I could tell this is a Mortlach. But when I smell this, I can't say straight away it's a Mortlach.
Yeah, of
so
course.
Why is that? What's the chemistry going on here?
Well, I think it's more an intention. I think the purpose of this one is to have a very easygoing Mortlach. Maybe I don't know. Maybe for specific markets are keen on Macallan and very sherry driven
as in USA.
Mellow whiskies. Yes.
Yeah.
And I think it's
important
driving
what market it's been released towards is actually quite an important factor of a whiskey because every nation has its own taste, right? Where let's face it, you and me grew up in the UK, and the amount of people we've shown peated whiskies to, smoky whiskies, how many out of 10, I'd say one of them will enjoy it or be able to function with it.
Absolutely.
Where in America, I would say more towards kind of 4 or 5 out of them will go, man, that's a great one. Have you got any more of this?
Yes.
What other brands have you got like this? And that's what it is. And in Germany, 11 out of 10 enjoy peated whiskey because they can all take single cask. That's all they want. So the toughest market, I think, you've always got is Germany, because the single cask market there is just huge. Purest form. I'm not interested in what you've got the basic. What can I have that is elite? And my customers reflect this.
I think with the bourbon market, they're used to higher proof whiskies as well, so their palate can handle a few more, punches, basically.
True. Ours can't handle anything. So let's now.
The Mortlach is one of the best distilleries for me because it's so powerful with time and casks. I mean, it gets what it needs from the casks, and it just takes what it needs, but the wood never wins. And I've had, it's true for sherry, of course, it ages really well in sherry, but in bourbon, even refill hogshead, I've had incredible Mortlach because it drives just what it needs from casks.
I'm sorry.
It's Oloroso is heavy here, so that is the principal factor here. On the taste, I would say this is the purest Oloroso whiskey that, if you're about that camp, you should be grabbing one of these. That's who it's for. The Spanish sherry, but not the Pedro Jimenez, not the drier stuff. This is the sweeter side of sherry. And this is at, even though it's at, 1 second, this is, 43. It doesn't taste like 43. This tastes like more of a 46, 47.
That's what I was going to say.
The ABV is not always the factor behind something.
It is very smooth, but there is a rawness in there. And there's a touch of smoke. Just a touch.
Like barbecue smoke, but
Yes.
just a hint.
Just a little bit. But it's so... So I think you touched again on another really good point. People like Macallan, people like, these certain flavours, and you're able to do a little bit of magic and adjust to a different type of palate. And I think it's worked really well. I think Mortlach is very robust, it's very versatile, and clearly that's proven in this case.
Yeah.